Okay, so I decided to go over a replay we did last night and make a video to show just some of the mistakes we're making and highlight some of the things that we can be thinking about as a team, uh, to help us win these games a little more often. I'm going to start off here in the top lane with Tychus and Uther. That's me and Chili Dog here, and go over kind of one of the first mistakes, and Chili Dog already knows about it. Right after it happened, he called it out. He knew it was a mistake, so this one's just kind of an easy one to show you guys what to be aware of when you're getting into these lane fights like we're about to do. So everything's good right here. We're just kind of positioned. He gets taken off his mount by Azmodan and backs off, and right around here I'm telling him, hey, the pick is Valla. As soon as she gets out of position, I want you to unload on her. I'm going to use my stun, stun her, and with that combo, we should be able to get her down before she gets away. Valla's really tricky. She has the vault, so we got to worry about that. But we should be able to get her. So we're just kind of jockeying here, waiting for her to get out of position. She's looking like she might, and then she gets a hit off on him, no big deal. And right here she vaults in. Now, that was a really bad play. She vaulted offensively into both of us when we have my stun up, his grenade, and his Q ability, which is basically a spray and pray, just unloads a bunch of bullets. So she's out of defensive maneuvers, can't really get out of it, and we get to just collapse on her and take her down. There goes the stun. He's unloading, and he can move while he's doing that, and basically it's just a matter of time before she's down. Okay, now you see Tychus died. I want to kind of go back to right when that fight started. So let me do that real quick. Hopefully the models don't mess up. If you go back, sometimes the models freak out. Okay, so here I am healing him, and watch again. I'll try and pause it right when it happens. It's going to happen right here. He just used his grenade. Now his grenade has 10-second cooldown, something like that, maybe longer. But it's a displacement effect, and it works as a stun too, so he can use it to disrupt channeled abilities. But anyway, he used it offensively right at the beginning to displace her. What he should have done was hold that W, the grenade, until she was about to get away. And I'll show you when he should have used it to save himself from dying, as you saw a minute ago. So right here, if he had his W up, he would not have had to follow her into tower range. He could have lobbed a grenade at her, easily would have killed her the last 5% health, whatever she has here. He would have been at full health, and then we could have started doing damage on Azmodan here, and even cleared this wave, because he would have had to have retreated with both of us on him. Instead, he got into the range of the towers, and now he's taking 2 hits apiece to make sure we confirm the kill on her. She goes down. He's already taken a couple hits, and I'm backing off. I have no heals because right when the fight started, she had used her hungering arrow. I had healed him, and then we pursued her. So, yeah, I'm out of heals. I have nothing for him. He gets taken out, and there's not a whole lot I can do by myself as Uther, so I just kind of go back and wait for him to push. I'm just going to do a little poke here. So that's kind of the first engagement that didn't go so well. Just little things that, to think about. I'm not calling you guys out, or, like I said, Chili Dog knew right after he did it that it was a problem, but just, little tiny things to think about, and hopefully throughout the rest of this match you'll see those little things and think about them when we do these fights, and hopefully it helps you guys, helps us all get better. So let's go down here. I think everything was fine for you guys for a while. The next thing doesn't really happen till about 2 minutes, so I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit. Okay, so let's go back up top. So now both Vola and Chili Dog are back, and we're fighting here. Seeds are going to spawn in 10 seconds. So here's something that is another little mistake. Didn't cost us, but it's just something to think about. I have one heal that's really good, a second heal that will heal in a line. It does very minimal amounts of healing, and then it'll also damage anybody it hits. I've just used that right here. That's this yellow blast, and it's just barely picked him up, and he's retreating. So he goes back, and he's going to hit the fountain right now. But he doesn't want to waste his overspray here, so he starts walking back out. Now the problem is both my heals are on cooldown, and he is easily within a couple hit range of dying. And he walks out into a Hungering Arrow. Now it wasn't enough to kill him, luckily, but if these two had been a little bit quicker on their trigger there, they could have just both switched to him. He could have thrown one of his basketball things, and he might have been dead right there, which would have been really bad. But again, nothing bad happened here. It's just a little careless in the positioning. Okay, so now they've done some pretty significant damage to this tower. It's also out of ammo. That's something to be concerned about. We don't really have anything to do about it, though, as far as Mule goes or any of the talents that repair it. So there's not a whole lot we can do, and it kind of sucks that they were able to do that. If that engagement had gone a little bit better earlier, we probably would have been in a commanding lead in this lane, maybe gotten some ammo out of these towers, and then during the seeds, instead of going down to this group right here, which is these two little ones that spawn, we maybe could have taken their little group, then moved over to the safety of ours. The reason this is a lot safer is because there's a nice little path here to get back. We can get back here, or we can go down here, or even here. So that's why when you get the seeds, you want to get the ones on your side, and if you can, you get the ones on the enemy side. Because we were behind on this lane, there's really no way we could have gone for these. We could have tried, but it was a gamble, and we decided to just go ahead and grab these. So we're just taking the bottom seeds. Now, the strategy here, the reason you want to get these little seeds, if you get all the little seeds, the big guy won't drop enough seeds for them to create a plant monster. So we actually have an advantage if we're able to do that. But if we grab these two, and then one of the bosses, then we can actually get a plant monster, and that's what we're trying to go for. So we actually start off pretty in a pretty commanding lead with the seeds. As you can see, you guys down here are able to zone Tyrande and Diablo out from these seeds, and I think we got a few because we're at 34 and they're at 25, so we were able to steal some from them. Now, on our way down, we try and take out Raynor here. I get a stun off on him, and then basically he walks right into you guys. Now, you guys were quick on the draw here, able to notice him coming down. Stitches comes up and I think performs a slam right here and kills him. So now we've got pretty commanding lead. We just killed one of them. We have more seeds, and we're about to take out this boss. They're not in a position. They've got 2 down here and 1 here, and then 1 attacking our base. Now, this is going to be a problem, which we didn't realize, and we didn't put enough effort, and that's my fault, since I know I'm calling a lot of the shots. We didn't put a lot of effort into stopping this, but you'll see, even though we've killed a guy and we're ahead on kills, we're ahead on seeds, they're still slightly ahead in experience, and that's because Asmodan is able to push really hard into this, and they eventually take this keep. So let's get back down here. So right here we've got a good setup. Gazlos putting up his turrets. That is something we try to avoid. I wouldn't expect 100% that we avoid these slams, but they're pretty easy if you're paying attention to just move out of the way. And these guys are actually interruptible, so if you have a stun, you can stop the slam if you see the animation of the slam starting. Stitch is the only one to get hit here, which, not a big problem, didn't cause us anything, but you'll see later on that those slams and the roots that just happened here to Vala can be a real big problem. So this is kind of a weird engagement here. We have 3 ready to engage. Tyranida's down here, so it's basically a 3v3. Gazlo's slightly out of range to do anything, but then we have Stitches just going away. If all of us had kind of converged on these people right here, they'd be dead. And I think we ended up maybe taking out 1, 2, or all 3 of them, but actually we don't take out anybody. So we might have been able to get something there, even if Hook was on cooldown or whatever. If all of us just would have been there and got some damage in on him, we might have been able to get a kill. Okay, so now we make the call to go up to the top, and let's try and get some top seeds. There's the 3 of us are in the right position. I think Stitches went back. Yeah, you can see that she's getting mana. Probably hit this or this fountain here, and is heading into battle. This is good. We've got everybody's together. I don't believe anything's on cooldown that should be a problem, and we're going to be able to fight these guys no problem. Okay, now this is really good. We're all bunched up here. All of us can hit this guy. We've basically zoned them out because they don't want to get hit by this guy and fight us. So they just have to leave Diablo, who's way out of position, and he pays for it. Now, that hook right there was a little ambitious. We didn't really need to do that hook there, just because he was going down anyway. He was dead. He was going to die. We could have saved the hook for one of these people that's out of position, to pull them out of position, and just killed him regularly. But we got the hook, and he's about to die. So he goes down, and now we have this weird movement pattern. Tychus kind of runs up here. He's way out of position from the rest of us. Not entirely sure why he was heading that way, but he's already going to take a bunch of damage. Vala's just going to, and Tyrande here, just going to pick him off. Vala doesn't even get off on him. Tyrande just takes him out. And he was too far away from me for me to do anything for him. By the time I got up there, he kind of ran away from the group. What he should have done was, after that Diablo kill, is ran back this way. That's just, map positioning stuff to think about. So now, this is okay. I know that Stitches is out of mana, so there's not a whole lot that she can do as far as hooks or slams, or I think it's called Gorge, the ability to heal herself. Not a whole lot that she can do there. However, she's got plenty of health. She can kind of get in there and just bully people around, and instead I'm up front. Now, I kind of need to be up front because I am melee, but I don't do any damage, I'm not going to be threatening any of these people. Whereas if Stitches was up here with me, we'd be, you know, pushing them out, they'd be scared. So we kind of jockey around here, do a little dance, and end up not really doing anything at all, except for just run around and take a bunch of damage. If you looked, we were at like decent health, and now all of a sudden we're just all really low. I'm at half health. Vol is almost dead. Same with Gazlo, and then Stitches at half health with just nothing going on. This is, you know, just kind of a bad. We were in somewhat of a commanding lead. We had good positioning, and then it just kind of fell apart. I got a heal off on Vala, which is good. We kind of re-engage, but the problem is we have no life. Now here's the problem. I know we're trying to get away, and it's really crazy and hectic, but the plant golem put a root here, and Gazlo runs right through it. He's rooted. I was able to get a heal off, but it's not enough to save him. As you'll see, he goes down right here. Stitches backs off. Good idea. Needed to do that. Get out of there. I almost die here, but we actually are able to bait them into overextending, which is good. Really good. I tapped the well. We take out Diablo, and I think we end up getting like a pretty good triple kill here, maybe. That was just a bad call by Tyrande. Yeah, Jason heads back, which is good. Oh, that was a beautiful hook. So that is like a textbook, just perfect hook. Max range, pulled Tyrande completely out of position. What was going to be her getting away, she would have gotten away 100%. Now she's 100% not. That is the kind of hooks that really just changed the game. Okay, so we're finally in a position. We've got the health. We've got an almost perfect hook right there, just slightly out of range. But that's the kind of hooks we want to be landing. We get another stun here on Gazlo, which again we need to be watching for those. But this is good. We've got all 5 of us here and only 2 of them here. This is easy for them to for us to take control of this and maybe get a kill on one of them, as well as take all the seeds. Now we've already got enough for our plant because we took the bottom one, and we've been, jockeying back and forth up top here, but we're finally in the position to take it and maybe get a kill. Now the problem is we're still behind in levels. They're about to hit 7, and we've got Asmodon up here. So this is where I know I was kind of making most of the calls, and I kind of made a bad one, but I call for us to take these 2 camps, and 2 things happen. The first thing is we actually split, and we shouldn't have. If we're all here, all 5 of us, and we can easily just mow these down and then move out as needed. I don't know what the miscommunication was there. I don't know what happened. If maybe I even told you guys to split off. But this is where all 5 of us are here. We should just grab these and then use them to push. You don't want to just grab mercs and walk away. Like they can be used, if used properly, to really do some damage to the lane. So let's see what happens. I hearth back here. I don't know that was needed. I might have just thought, hey, we won that battle, I'm going to head back and heal up. But what I didn't notice is this going on. Now, this doesn't really get addressed, and I'll show you. We've got these 2 splitting off to go here, which is okay, but would have been much better up here. And let me go back and show you why. Again, the models might mess up, but that's okay. So I hearth back, which was a questionable call. Probably didn't need to do that, but I did. this hasn't been taken care of, and he's just freely pushing our lane down, which is not a good thing, and we've got a split. Now, if all 4 of you had stayed here, we would have not had a Chili Dog die. So, Chili Dog and Stitches are taking this out, which is good. He's taking some damage, though, and then Tyrande comes in, gets a stun off on both, and takes him out. That wouldn't have happened if all of us would have been together. So, we lose Chili Dog there, which, again, not a huge deal. We were able to get the camps, and he's only got 4 seconds left. But again, nothing gets done about up here, and he is just pushing us down way hard. I think the reason I hearth back is to grab that plant, which the healer shouldn't be grabbing the plant when you only have 1. If you have 2, yeah, the healer can grab it. Typically, it's good to have the tank in there because the tank isn't doing a ton of damage by himself anyway, and this thing is just an upgraded tank. It has a shitload of health and can put out some good damage. That's why you typically want the tank in here. But we have 3 DPS, and Stitches is really good at getting hooks off, so we can put Tychus in there, which is what we do for the rest of the game. We come up here and just destroy Azmodan, which is good, but all our ammo's gone, and we're going to lose this tower eventually. Let's go back here and see what happened to Gazlowe and why he's so low. So I'm up here grabbing the monster. Chili Dog just died, and these two go ahead and grab this bottom lane and start heading top. Pretty sure I called it out. And we're heading up. And then that's kind of what happens in the separation there. Diablo's able to unmount him and body block a little bit, and then he almost gets taken out. It's kind of scary. Maybe a better call if the map, let's go back one more time, we'll take a look at the map. Okay, so right now we have no field of vision of them, except for maybe right in here. So we can see in the map that there's Valla, Tyrande are right here. With that being said, if we would have looked at the map, a better decision would have been to go around the long way here and then meet up here. Again, these are all really minor things. Most of the stuff I call out, you know, Gazlowe didn't die, so it's not a big deal, but it's just little things like that that'll really change, you know, for the times that, yeah, Gazlowe did die. It's because of little things like that that get us into positions where, you know, it doesn't always end up good for us. So we're back to fighting Azmodan. We take him out. We got a decent push going on here. Gazlowe has to get out of there. It's just too low to really do anything. You guys are pushing this lane forward. I'm taking this out. And we're actually in a really good spot. We've got bottom pushing, except for Raynor just caught it. No big deal. We'll let him push there. Middle lane's pushing here. And we've got a lot of good action up here. Now I kind of wasted the plant. What it would have been nice to have Stitches with, even though I'm the healer and I'm in this thing so I can't really heal, if Stitches had come around to the front and kind of bullied these people, Valla and Tyrande, out of position, I mean, just, you're going to have to take some damage and you basically trade off life for positioning, but you can always just walk back behind me to kind of get out of the way. And this thing's getting low, so I'm going to pop out and be able to heal pretty quick here anyway. That would have been nice, but since Stitches is up here, I should have paid attention and moved away from them to try and get more use out of the plant. we could have taken this thing down while I was still in the plant and maybe got another sheep up on them, or a polymorph to turn them into plants. But right when it popped up, I died. I kind of got aggressive there. I'm trying to zone them so that we can take this out. And then now I'm behind you guys because I want to be able to make sure I can get away and heal. And we get away. They're still ahead though. And the reason for that is because of this originally. They've got a couple kills that didn't really, help us out. And we've got Raynor pushing down here. So it really makes a difference, these towers giving so much experience, that we pay attention to them, because we're up on it by 3 kills and we've gotten a lot of mercs, but they're still ahead because they got these towers down. And this one we were willing to trade because we got their whole base down right here, but these we should have been paying a little bit more attention to. So now this was called out, which was good. However, they're already 10. Now the problem with that is they've got their ultimates, which Diablo just used his and stunned all 3. That's just really, really bad there. Tyranda's going to go ahead and get a stun off right here, and then we've got Azmodan getting ready to throw one of his basketballs. Basketball's about to hit, take out Gazlowe. Chili Dog is just done, and then Stitches is going to be hurting pretty hard here. Okay, so Chili Dog actually got away right there, and he could have cleanly just backed off and got out of there and let them have it. He went back in because we want to see if we can keep them off this, but at that point, you just got to cut your losses and leave. And he runs back in and just instantly gets melted right here, right there. So he could have got away, and they would have never known he was right around here if he would have just backed off. So now because of that, we lose this and we fall even further behind. Now, while all that's happening, because we split, and it was probably a bad idea to do that, not paying attention to the map or whatever, we're down here pushing back Raynor. I think we get a kill off on him, and I can go back to check. So yeah, at 7:36, if you look at the map here, we've got a Raynor kill. So he was a little extended. We got a kill off on him, which was good, but we traded 1 for 3, which is just really bad. There's not a whole lot we can do. It's 3 people up here and the 2 of us. It's not even worth by the time we run across the map to even try and save it. So I've just made the decision with Volley here to just let it go. We're going to push this lane. And in my head, I'm thinking, you know what? Nothing we can do about top. Let's see if we can make up for it by taking some of this. So while we're pounding away at that, Raynor's back up, and you guys are defending top. Good hook there on Diablo. The problem with getting hooks on Diablo is that he is so beefy and can take so much damage that he can just walk out. He can just walk away. Unless we can keep him there and focus him down, he can just walk away. Obviously, there wasn't really much of an option here because Azmodan is basically the same. He has huge amount of health and can just kind of walk away from stuff. But there's also a Tyrande here, and there's no way to get a hook off because she's surrounded by all these minions. So all in all, not a bad hook, but I think maybe saving it for the Tyrande might have been a better call. All right, so let's get back down here. You guys push that back. Stitches, Tychus, and Gazlowe, and then me as Uther and Vol are down here. We are going to try and take these because we know you guys got this kind of pushback, and we're trying to keep up with their experience gain. So we have to retreat because he's just got too much of a push there with his minions. And at this point, I tell Vala, hey, we've got our ults up. Let's kind of bait him. So we're just going to wait here. Now, this guy was really good. This would never work, but he's not, top tier SMG player or whatever. He's just some guy, and this is going to work on him. So we're going to just wait here until he gets too close. And I told Vala, go ahead and lead off with your ult, which stuns him. Then I follow up with a stun on my own, and my ultimate, which is a stun. Now this is where the bad call was made. That was cool, we got that kill, but it ends up not being worth it when you see what happens. So we're sitting here waiting for this kill to go off. You guys have successfully stopped this push in the top and are cleaning up, but the problem is we were too focused on this timing, and I wasn't even paying attention to the map at all. My problem there. However, you guys did push these people back, and if we could have had a call out saying, hey, they're looks like they're heading bottom, or they're probably heading to you guys, we would have been able to kind of take that into account and maybe just backed off. So it's kind of like we've got two separate teams that aren't really communicating at this point with each other. And again, I should have been watching the map to even know that they were coming. But again, communication too is also key in making sure that everybody knows. So it's just something to think about in the future. So he does this thing, we get this kill off, and they're making their way towards us. Vala, Azmodan, Diablo, and Tyrande, basically their entire team. We kill him and decide to push again. The right call, would have been to back off. That's what we should have done. And I said, you know what? Let's push. Wasn't paying attention to positioning or where they were on the map. Again, right now, we can't see them. It's just this is what we can see, and this is what we can see. And they're nowhere to be found. It would have been really easy for me to just go, oh, duh, they're coming for us. But we realized it too late, and we just get completely collapsed on. And I pay for it. I'm able to keep Jason alive, but just barely. But now, you guys are way out of position up here attacking this, and they've got their whole team down here to just basically take these for free and then push this if they want to. I'm dead, so there's nothing I can do, and Jason has to hearth back because he's so low on health. Now what you guys did was right. You made the right call. Let's get the seeds. Let's do that. Again, we got two people getting hit by that slam there, which is, happens a lot. We need to focus on making sure that doesn't happen as much. And then he dies, which is awesome. So now we are kind of back to, in command. We have a plant growing here. Everyone's back up. We just cleared the top. It looks good. Now, I'm heading mid to stop this push from Raynor, and I call out to you guys to take him out. I say, hey, let's take him out. Make sure you come in from behind. Now, what needs to happen, and I think Chili Dog here goes up here and then hearths back because he's really low, but with the three of you at half or above health, plus me as the healer coming in, we should be able to easily collapse on this guy and kill him. And the best way to do that, to secure that kill, is to have all three of you come in the long way around the back here and basically encircle him. His easiest retreat path for him to stay alive is to go straight back to his base, and if you guys come in from behind and cut that off, he either has to just sit there and die or go up or down. Now, I am able to catch up to him because I'm on my mount, and I do get a stun off on him, but he actually doesn't get away because of a really good hook. So I'll show you guys that now. So here comes the stun, and there's that hook. Now, that hook was awesome, and it actually kept him from living, because he probably, or I would say 90% sure, he was going to get away without that hook getting off like it did. Okay, so now we're kind of in a weird position. They're all here, -1, and it's basically 4v4, and Chili Dog's back up, getting ready to take the plant. But we're kind of low. So we just kind of back off. Now I come up here to take these, because you have to engage the mercenaries before someone grabs the plant. Once someone grabs the plant, all the mercenaries on the map go away, and by doing this we're able to get mercenaries and the plant at the same time, which you can't do unless you attack them first. So I head up here and I'm pinging it. You can see the map's going crazy. I'm calling out, hey guys, help me with this. So you guys all head up. Stitches tap to the healing well, and we go ahead and take this. There's the model that messes up. So we've got a decent push here. We did lose bottom because of Azmodan, and again they're ahead here on the experience. Now right there, and I'm going to go back so we can kind of see this from the beginning. I don't have to go back far. We're all converging on this point, which is good. We've got the plant. This is the way it should be. And then right here we have a couple of things just kind of really go bad on us. Gazlowe way overextended. I'm heading back, and I see what Gazlowe's doing. He's dropping a turret right here to push. But we've got a Valla ultimate that is just wrecking us right now and doing tons of damage. Now a way to negate that is with either a stun from Tychus, which he can't do, he's in the plant, a stun from me, which I'm out of range to do, and I'd have to actually walk up next to it and just take a bunch of damage to do, or a hook from Stitches. So a really good play right here would have been a hook through all this mess right to Valla to pull her out of position, which would have been great for us. I could have then got a stun off, but it also would have interrupted her ultimate. And I actually think I did get a stun off. So what I just said might be completely irrelevant. Let's look at that again. Okay, so right here, that ring here, that's her ultimate, and it's just hitting everybody and doing tons of damage. And I run in, there's my stun. So that's my ultimate. I actually used to cancel her ultimate, which is fine. But again, even though her ultimate has been canceled, a hook here on either Valla or Raynor would have been really nice to just put them right in the middle of us and basically let us just destroy them. Diablo uses his ultimate right here. Now, our positioning, you can look at it, is really clumped, and all of these little symbols on the ground are going to wreck us right now. We get 3-4 stuns off, and Gazlowe is really low because he also got hit by the polymorph from the plant. I get a heal off and then a shield on him. He's still taking tons of damage from the plant. But we're basically in oh shit mode, we need to escape. Now this is where Stitches could have rotated and kind of body blocked for him, and I think that happens. Yep, so Stitches comes in, which is exactly what should be done right there to separate them from us, basically, from anyone that's hurt. So that was a good play. But then he goes back in. And he tries to get his ultimate off. Now this is just something that comes with practice, and I'm not calling you out, Mike, on this. It's just something that's going to take time. But the bomb, this Gravo bomb, has to be placed after the timed explosive bomb. Now, if you're just doing this just to get them off of us, to try and save us, that's okay, but you sacrifice yourself to do it. Now, I got a little heal off on you, but it's not enough to save what happens. And it's just one slap from the plant monster. Now, they both do get sucked in, but there's the timed bomb, and it's way late for the combo, which is the timed explosive with the Gravo bomb. So we lose Gazlowe there, and now we're completely separated. We've got the plant here with Vala, and this is Tychus, who doesn't have the Odin ultimate, so he doesn't have a second health bar. So he's kind of way out of position, but he's in the plant, and that's fine. He's got plenty of health. And they're pushing us out of... They're basically zoning us away from him. There's not a lot we can do. We just have to back off, kind of defend here. Nothing we can do. Now, if you look, we have to answer this. They've got the plant, they've got Raynor. There's not a whole lot. We can't just walk out there, we'll die. We have to defend against this. But Diablo peels off to help Vala, and look how much Vala has done to the plant already. He's about to come down, and now it's going to be a 2v1 where he's in range of both these the keep in the tower, and has no second health bar. So he gets taken out right here, and tries to do something with the his ultimate. Zones Vala out, but he's too low and tries to fight, and then just gets hit by the tower and dies. Nothing we can do about it. So that vault right there, not entirely sure what the vault actually did, but it basically was an aggressive ult, or a vault into Raynor, which should be saved for defensive maneuvers to get out of stuff like this ring here. Mistook, no big deal, that happens. Now Vala's really low, vaults out, which is how it should be used, but is extremely low, and I'm out of heals. I think I get a heal off on her in a quick, yeah, there it goes. Now while this is going on, it's technically a fair 3v3, and we've got Gazlowe down here, so this is all fair, but we have Asmodee kind of hiding behind us, waiting to just get a pick on us, and Stitches just hooked and gorged Diablo. I think I said this already once, but Diablo is just a really bad target for that, because he has so much health and disrupt, and is just going to be such a distraction for us back here in our area, that we have to answer him, and we kind of ignore these people. Now it works out for us right here. We're able, with my ult, to get him, so that's fine, and sometimes those work out, but what we could have done was saved it for one of these people that is actually going to do something. Tyrande or Raynor actually can do damage. Diablo is he's just annoying. That's really all he is, and killing him doesn't do a whole lot, because he has an ability that makes him come back. So we used 2 ultimates, mine and Stitches, plus a hook, to get someone out of the fight for 2 seconds, and he's already back up. We are able to defend this, but we don't really gain an advantage out of getting that kill. It puts us back to normal, but it doesn't give us any edge in any of the fights. Asmodee decides to come down here and start pushing. Gazlowe is still busy doing this, which is fine. We call out to give him a hand. And then Tychus comes over here to engage Asmodee, and this just happens to be kind of a bad call. Sometimes that happens. You think you can take someone, but he just got literally melted right there. Without Odin as a second health bar, he wasn't able to do anything. He died right before I got there. And now I come down to help him. I thought I could save him. He died before I could, so I'm just going to go ahead and push this guy back, zone him out. And then Stitches, Gazlowe, and Vala come up here to take out this camp. So right here would have been a really good time for like a hook gorge combo if it's up. I know she just used it down here when we were defending this, but even just a hook on Vala to stop that ultimate would have been really good. Stitches takes a ton of damage. We can go back just a little bit and see that again. So Stitch is already at half health. Gazlowe starts to do the defend, and then all three get in range, and Vala is just unloading. Stitches takes a ton of damage from it before having to back off because she's so low, and that would have been a prime opportunity, even if the hook's only this far, just to keep her from doing that. And if you could have gotten a hook off on her, Stitches could have, it would have been probably a for sure thing to kill her. But instead now we have this weird engagement where Stitches has to run away. There's nothing we can really do. Stitches got to go, and we don't get a kill there. And we can kind of help this push, but nothing really comes of it. Tychus is going to go mid and defend. And okay, so here we're actually in a weird position. Gazlowe's really low, but full mana, and we've got this little push of knights here. I can do heals, and right here we have this communication where we say, you know, Gazlowe says, hey, I've got my ult up in 10 seconds. Vala says, yeah, mine's up, and then I go, yeah, mine's up. So what we're going to try and do is do a combo, and you'll see how that works out. We have got, this has happened the second time now, where we kind of get divide and conquered. They've got a push from this side and this side, and we never really land the combo. So all of them are around us, we're surrounded, and there's kind of an oh shit moment. Gazlowe again starts off with the Gravo bomb, and I think misses Vala because she vaults. And then the Vala ult comes in here and misses pretty much everybody. I come in to try and maybe get a stun off. I hit one person, and then we all get hit by the Diablo ult. So we just get wrecked right there. What you want to try and do, I'm going to go back just a little bit. Okay, so what we want to try and do for these type of ultimates is, and again, this is just something we were out of position, probably shouldn't have tried to get the crazy combo, but we did try and it just didn't work out. What you guys want to do, okay, right here he's about to cast it. If he would have got it cast off on these two, which again in the heat of battle he put it here, you know, that just happens. Like, it's really hard to say at that time that he had the time to think and like, oh, I'm going to put it on here because Vol is going to vault out of it. It's kind of 20/20 hindsight thing. But when that goes down, what you really want to do is have Vala's ult go right through the middle of it. That way, anyone who gets sucked in the middle not only gets hit by the bomb that should be there, the timed explosive, but also by Vala's ult that has the two stuns. If that would have happened, I could have come in and got a stun. We might have been able to get a kill here. Instead, we miss, and then I get one person, which isn't enough to really do anything, and we just get destroyed. You guys save mid. Stitches starts heading towards the seeds, which not a whole lot to do, you know. That's probably the right call. Just get the seeds, because 3 people are down. There's nothing else we can do. Just got to watch your positioning. She knows it's time to get the fuck out of there, so she heads out. And Tychus re-engages. This time he wins because he knew he could take him. But now it's 2v4, and they've already got all the top seeds. We can't really do anything. Tychus is real low on health. And we know we got to get bottom seeds, so we try and do that. I call out to grab these, but then I say, you know what, fuck it. They've got a plant, and we really need to get seeds to kind of defend against it. We maybe could have tried to 4v5 them here, but our positioning is really weird. Everyone's kind of all over the map. I'm already heading down. Volo's already changed position to start heading down. Stitches is already down here. So it just makes more sense to go down here. And we're going to give up these giants. Okay, so here is where we know we're going to have a team fight. And the reason we can just know outright, we look at the map. They've got the top seeds. They know we're here because they know we need seeds, because they can see how many seeds we need. There's no other objectives on the map. There's none. They could have pushed here, but they know we're down here and they want a team fight. And we want one too. We are 2 levels behind, but if we're able to get any of our combos or ultimates off, we can take them out. We do have a stronger team fight than they do, even at 2 levels. So I know there's going to be a fight here. I call it out, say, you know, hey guys, get ready for a fight. And then they kind of split up on us and do the divide and conquer thing again. Now we have this weird, like, what to do kind of thing. No one's really doing anything. We're divided and conquered. There's the ult again, which hook would have been really nice, or a grenade. I'm out too far to range to get a stun off. I get a little heal on Vala, but she goes down. Uses the ult kind of in panic and doesn't really hit anybody. Tychus is about to die. I come in here just to keep these guys off of us and get an ult stun off on them. We have to go down pretty quick. And we get 1 kill, and the 1 kill we get is Diablo, who, again, he doesn't matter. 5 seconds. I know it's really hard to ignore him, especially when he's in your face. So the best thing to do for Diablo is to just do incidental damage. If he's right in your face, you whack him once, but you don't focus him. You don't want to chase. As soon as he's out of range, you go back to whoever the focus target is. If he gets right in your face again, yeah, you can give him a couple punches, make him, you know, back off a little bit, but you don't want to engage him just to try and focus him down. So we get a complete team wipe, and this pretty much is like the beginning of the end. I mean, the game is just basically over at this point. We do kind of some cool plays later that we'll get to, but at this point they have such a huge lead. They're going to get all these seeds down here, which allows them to get another plant terror quicker than us. They've got this plant tower just pushing, and we're dead. I'm just gonna have to sit here and take it. So the next thing I want to talk about, because I know it was a lot of like negative stuff, is a really good play. Let it catch up here. You can watch the map. We have a few decent engagements. We kind of get a couple of kills. So we're up here fighting this group, and actually Raynor's fighting this group here, and I call it out like, hey, let's get up there, and we decide to head up there. I get there first, and I sort of push him out because he's already really low from fighting these guys, and he's just a matter of seconds away from death. He's dead. Vala, and then right here is... Now Vala probably going to go down, but not a guarantee because both of us are melee, and she has a lot of escape. But just a really good play right here. That hook was perfect. Just like textbook, exactly what you want for a hook. You know, put her out of position, ended it quickly, was able to get, you know, we've almost got a team wipe here. And then now we can go ahead and take these camps. Now this is the point where we can kind of start to claw our way back into this game. Three of their team is dead long enough that we can start taking control of the map and maybe, just maybe, get back into the game. So, a couple things happen here. Gazla was up here defending, pushing that lane, which was good when it was, you know, pushing our core hard. We want to make sure it gets pushed. But we all decided to go down here and grab these, which is good. We want to make sure we have the lanes pushing as much as possible. And this isn't too big a deal. I mean, we don't ever want minions hitting our core, especially catapults, because they do so much damage. But we just spawn some minions, and they're going to be able to clean this up, no problem. But Gazlo is kind of way out of position here. We don't know for sure where they are. We have an idea where Tyrande is because her owl, which we can see when that goes on the map. This little owl signal here shows us where it goes, and we can kind of see it traveling through the map. The direction it goes, obviously, it had to originate from here, but we don't know where they are, and he's really overextended. If they had been here or up in here somewhere, they could have just come in from behind around here and taken him out. Again, I don't think anything bad happens from this, and we'll watch it for a minute and see. It's not a huge deal, but again, it's just something to think about because Gazlo doesn't have any way to escape. We don't know for sure where they are. It's just something to think about your positioning. So here we make the call to push bottom lane back because the minions are getting ready to attack our base. And I say let's push back the bottom and then take bottom seeds because they're about to spawn. So this is where we're going to force a team fight, get the bottom seeds. Now, had this team fight have won, we could have basically gotten back into the game. We would have been able to clean up all the seeds, get the terror, push a bunch of their stuff. But you'll see what happens as we try and do this. I think I call out for Tychus to defend here, which is fine. We don't want Azmodan just getting free damage here on our core, because he'll end it really quick. They end up splitting and going top, which I wasn't expecting, but we get kind of split up here. Not a big deal. They've split. We've only got 1v2, and you guys are cleaning up this bottom lane, Stitches and Vala, so not a huge deal. But we don't get the team fight that I wanted. And that ultimate was perfect timing and everything. It just didn't hit anything. But that is exactly the type of ultimate you want. Hopefully the next time, you know, we hit something with it, but that's exactly the type of setup that you want. Explosive, and then the grab a bomb, and pretty much just wrecks anybody. And obviously that just comes with practice. So we prioritize the little seeds first. We don't need 4 people attacking them, so I just go ahead and start on the big guy, which Vala goes after with me. Now here we get 2 people hit by the roots. Vala could have vaulted out of them, and we just need to avoid trying to get hit by those as much as we can. It's just incidental damage that we don't need to be taking if we can help it. We get hit by the ultimate there. Everyone does. It's just kind of an odd ult that he popped it. So now we have the seeds to actually make a plant monster. We're gonna head back and defend because we really have to. We don't have the defense. They've got catapults. The catapults are really strong and basically will always push a lane. It's like free mercenaries once you get all the towers down in a lane. Free siege giants basically. So now here I've made the decision, and I kind of jockey back and forth and say get it, don't get it, get it, don't get it to Tychus about the plant, because what we want to do is waste as much time as possible, so that way when it's up, it's going to be able to do the most. And the reason I say that is because we want it to have max amount of time to deal with this and max amount of time to deal with these guys. If we get it now, that's just seconds where, you know, he might not be able to do anything with it. So I say, yeah, go ahead and get it after I just told him not to. And he suits up, and he's going to help push this back. Now here we get another Vala ult that misses. We get Stitches that ate and then got stunned. And then their Vala is ulting. But we don't get a hook or a stun or anything off, and she just gets to use the full ult. We do get the Grab a Bomb to go off there into the ult, which is kind of nice. I was able to get a stun off on her, but not before Stitches died. So we lose Stitches there. Vala and I clean up this Vala, and then we split here. Focus down Azmodan, get him. And now we come in to clean up Diablo. Now Diablo's almost dead. Or not almost dead, but he has no souls left, so when he dies, we're going to be able to keep him dead.
Are you actually playing the game?
No, I'm actually recording a video of our playback.
Recording the video of your playback? You do that?
Mm-hmm.
So you can watch everyone's mistakes with it.
I actually am going through right now and talking about everything, and I was going to show it to you guys so we could go over it if you guys want to.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll have to edit this part out though.
Here, I'll leave it alone.
It's okay.
Put it in the bloopers.
Okay. So he actually doesn't die, he gets away. But we're in a good position. We were able to kill all of them. We do have the core at 44%, which is bad. So we have to like really answer these guys. We can't let them get away. There was something I wanted to talk about. Let's go back just a little bit. Right there, looks good. So here's something that the plant could have done to help this lane. The W on the plant is to drop a pot that hurts enemy minions and buildings around it. Doesn't do anything to heroes, but it will do damage to minions and structures. So if you're walking down the lane, you can just drop a plant, say here, to spawn, and then as these walk through, they'll just take tons of damage. There's no little pot that gets dropped here, so Vala and Gaz will have to kind of clean it up. But that's just something little that would have helped speed up getting those things cleaned up, and then getting him over here to help. Stitches and I kind of clean up this lane, and then we need to get over here like ASAP to help Tychus. Now Tychus just kind of is like blinded by rage and wants to kill this really bad, and gets way out of position. He's going to be taking tons of damage just to go from here to here, and there's no support from the team anywhere to get to him in time. So it kind of wastes our plant. He gets one pot off, and then that's really all he does with it, and then dies. Now at this point, it's, I'm calling out all these mistakes again. They're all just little minor things to think about while you play, but it's really hard once you've died a bunch of times and your fort looks like this. Your home base is just getting wrecked at 39%. You start getting demoralized, and it's really hard to think about all these little tiny plays that could be made to get back into the game. That was a good ult that got off right there by Gazlo. The timing was a little off, which, again, that thing is just practice to make it really good. But I mean, within a second, it was the timing on that was perfect up within a second. The timed explosive went off just a little too soon to stun Diablo. So Diablo goes a little ham there and pays for it. But while we're dealing with this, Asmodan sneaks in from behind, and that's GG. So that's the last game we did last night. I just wanted to go through and show you guys some things to think about in the next few games that we play. I don't want any of this to come across as, me thinking you guys are bad. I don't think that at all. It's just stuff that if you think about it, and as you play more and more games, it'll come a little bit more naturally. Obviously, I'm still learning. There's a few mistakes I made in calls and stuff like that. But even going back and doing this helps.